Inside PressBox is presented by Live Casino and Hotel. Always live, always on. And welcome into Inside PressBox. Stan the Fan Charles here with my co-host Gary Steiner. We'd like to wish our Jewish friends a happy Hanukkah. Get ready for a show that's mandatory viewing for Ravens fans, Gary.
And we've got the Ravens, and happy Hanukkah to you, by the way.
Thank you, buddy.
We've got the Ravens story covered from all angles, Stanley. Let's get right to it. There's a fascinating new book out now which tells the story of the 5 owners who helped create professional football as we now know it. Author John Eisenberg discusses his new book, The League, how 5 rivals created the NFL and launched the sports empire. And Stan and I preview today's Ravens-Falcons contest and offer our early observations from the Lamar Jackson era in another installment of Crosstalk.
But first, M&T Bank Stadium remains in the running to host World Cup matches in 2026. Here with details on why Maryland is a good fit for the world's most prestigious soccer tournament is our good friend and the executive director of Maryland Sports. That's Terry Hasseltine. Terry, thanks for coming in.
Well, thanks for having me.
And I also want to thank you again for second year in a row. You're a big sponsor with our Best of Baltimore Sports issue.
We're really excited about the Best of Sport issue. We enjoyed it last year. We think there's a lot of good storylines in there and things that some of the general public might not know about. So you get to do a great job uncovering some of the unknowns.
I appreciate that comment. We're looking forward to having it come out about December 20th this year. Terry, last time we had you on, I think it was about late July or August. We said we'd have you back in the fall. It's already just getting close to winter. It's technically fall. Anything new at all on the 2026 bid by Canada, the United States, and Mexico to host the 2026 World Cup?
Well, obviously, the cities that are involved in the existing bid are doing their due diligence on some of the deficiencies that were denoted in the bid process when we were awarded the North American bid. The United States Soccer Federation right now is putting together the Global Host Organizing Committee and the structure behind that. So between now and 2020, our job is to make sure that we're taking care of those deficiencies. We're meeting internally with the city of Baltimore and the state to make sure that we're addressing some of those concerns. For us, the stadium got great reviews. Our overall package got great reviews. We know that traffic and some of the transportation needs that we have to take care of. But we're being ahead of the game, not waiting for 2020 to come and say, oh, by the way, we got to do X, Y, and Z. We're meeting right now. We got a small work group getting together, meeting with DOT and the city and city leadership to ensure that we address some of those concerns. But some of those things will be addressed because of things that are already in the queue for the city and the state to be working on long term for transportation issues in and around the greater Baltimore region. So we're in a really good spot. Our team stays very energetic towards the future. We think 2020 is going to bring us a good report, and I feel confident that Baltimore will be on that list of venues.
And then, so Terry, 2026 sounds like it's so far away, which it kind of is, eight years. There's going to be another World Cup between then. But kind of give us the timeline, like what happens after that report in 2020, and then what?
Well, after 2020, we know whether we're going to be hosting matches or whether we're going to be at base camp for a team to train. We'll know what our future is in that World Cup so that we can start developing the programs in and around what we have to deliver. So if we're a venue, we obviously know that we have to do some prep work with our secure perimeter around the venue. We have to start putting some of the logistical operations, identifying key stakeholders who are going to be a part of our operations team so that when FIFA lands on the ground and the U.S. Soccer Federation lands on the ground, we're working in tandem with them, meeting with Homeland Security and all your security measures to make sure that we provide a world-class venue and a world-class city to give our fans a world-class experience.
Are all the cities in the U.S., Canada, and Mexico that want to host games, will they start to host games over the next 2, 3, 4 years? And might Baltimore have a friendly sometime in 19? Is it possible?
It's possible. We are in discussions with several groups. Right now, we're just getting to the finality of some of the renovations that are happening at M&T Bank Stadium. So once we know some totality when those will be done, because we want to present whatever we do next with the venue finished. We don't want to bring people and guests into our building when it could be a determination as how we're going to get graded on the future. So we're doing our best, and we're working with the right folks to ensure that we're in conversation about those opportunities.
Terry, got a couple minutes left. Wanted to switch gears. There's a report that's going to be coming out by the end of the year, basically about the future of Pimlico and what that means for the Preakness. Any information on that? What can you tell us?
Well, you nailed it. It's going to be released somewhere by year's end. It's a report, phase 2. After phase 1 came out, it's a report that's was brought to light to ensure that we look at Pimlico as the future host of Preakness, but also what we're going to do with the other 364 days out of the year, non-racing activities. How do we look at it from that perspective? It's got to be a totality of the entire project. It can't just be about a one-day activity. And so we have been asked by the Baltimore Development Corporation, the city, the Maryland Jockey Club, and a few others to ensure that we do a independent analysis on what the future of that facility is 365 days out of the year.
I don't want to put you on the spot, but
you're going to do it anyways.
You work for the governor.
Yes.
Do you think the governor, if all things are being equal, does he prefer that Pimlico remain the home of the Preakness, or is he like in Switzerland, like sort of neutral on the thing?
Well, I'm going to make a request that you call him and ask him that question, because that's something he should answer. I don't want to answer for him.
All right, fair enough.
That is fair enough.
But let me ask one other question, a roundabout way. This is not just window dressing. This report really is going to come out with its findings, and they feel that there is a real chance to keep the Preakness and Pimlico open and in Baltimore.
An independent analysis on how we best put forward Baltimore and hosting the Preakness. This report is not window dressing. It's the real deal.
All right.
Sounds
we appreciate it as always coming in.
Hopefully it's good.
And we'll keep in touch with you.
Most definitely. Thank you.
All right. Up next is author John Eisenberg, who takes us inside his new book, The League, How 5 Rivals Created the NFL and Launched a Sports Empire. Keep it here for more Inside PressBox.
And Hero Appreciation Day is every Wednesday at Live Casino and Hotel. Live rewards members with a valid military, DOD, police officer, or firefighter ID receive special offers. Visit livecasinohotel.com for details. Out of Arundel Mills, must be 21. Please play responsibly. For help, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Royal Farms World Famous Chicken has been ranked #1 in Food and Wine magazine. Royal Farms, real fresh, real fast. Inside PressBox is presented by Live Casino and Hotel. Always live, always on.